So let's solve this problem. Fine? Shall we?
Okay.
Okay. So how we can solve this problem? So C4H10 plus O2 CO2 plus H2O. Is this equation balanced? No.
No, ma'am.
So first we need to balance it. The first and foremost what we can do is 4 times of carbon. And O2, how many oxygens we have? Here we already getting 8 and here 1 more. Is it balanced? Here we have H, 10 H's are there. Okay, hydrogens are there, 10 hydrogen atoms are there. So we need to put 8 here. So we'll get 10 here again. Now 8 and 8, 16. So again we have to put here as 8. So will we get 16 right now? Now check that whether it's completely balanced, whether this equation is balanced or not. Is it balanced right now? Can I say this equation is balanced? Yes, no? Can I say?
Ma'am, no, it is not.
It's not balanced because I have just kept 8. But instead I should put 5 here. Isn't it? Instead I should put 5 here. Now
Yes,
check it once again. You tell me.
2.5.
Okay, if I, which one 2.5?
6.5 O2 will give 4 carbon dioxide plus 5 H2O, ma'am.
Here 5.
Here 6.5, ma'am. In place of O2, we need to put 6.5, ma'am.
Okay, instead of keeping the 6.5, so can I multiply into 2? So to avoid the 6.5 thing, can I do that? Whether that will also be feasible or the same? How I can do? 2C4H10 plus 13O2. Then again I am multiplying this twice of CO2 plus we are having 10 H2O. Is it feasible right now? Is it completely balanced? Is this equation is completely balanced or not? Is it fine? Yes, no? Is it balanced? Just check.
Ma'am, I have solved by keeping 6.02, ma'am. I
Okay.
haven't
Okay.
multiplied.
No. Otherwise, the matter will going to be same. See, we are having 8 here, 8 carbon. How many? We have 20 H. We are having 20 H. How many oxygen we are having? Now 26. So we are getting 16 plus 10, 26. Fine. So completely now this equation is completely balanced. Now what I can express from this equation, I can say for complete combustion we need 13 moles of oxygen, 13 moles of oxygen to make a complete combustion of 2 mole of C4H10. Okay, I can express this equation in this way, or I can say to make a complete combustion of C2 mole of C4H10 we get 8 moles of CO2 or we get 10 moles of H2O. There are lot many ways we can discuss this particular equation. Now the point is, here the outcome what we have is in terms of oxygen, and here they ask you in terms of air to fuel ratio. Now what I have said, in an atmosphere, let's assume we have the 100% of air. Out of that 79% is nitrogen and 21% of oxygen. That means 21 grams of oxygen, okay, which includes 100 grams of air. Now 1 gram of O2 will have 100 by 21 gram. Now here what is the gram? Now here you have to find. How you can find? Using molecular weight. using. So here you are having 13 moles of O2 equals to how much mass of oxygen. So how you can calculate? 2 into 16 into 13. Fine. 2 into 16 into 13. So you will get what is the gram of O2. So whatever the value we'll get here, to find this much amount of gram and with ratio with the air, you will get the answer. 100 by 21 into 2 into 16 into 13. You will get this much grams of air. Now you find out that. Now the ultimate thing, you have to find air to fuel ratio. Air to fuel ratio. Now air you can find through this. How you can find fuel? The same phenomena. You need how much? 2 moles. You require 2 moles to make a complete combustion. So here you have C, molecular weight of C is 12, H is 1. Fine. So 4 into 12 plus 10 into 1 and into 2. Fine. So you will get how much amount of gram you need. So substitute here, you will get the answer. This is going to be the protocols and this is the procedure. And talking about the percentage, how you can find? Here what is the number of carbon you have? Okay, just check alone, because as they have asked only the percentage with the fuel, you don't have to consider this mole part. So you have to see C4H10 in this fuel, what is the percentage of carbon? So what is the number of atoms? 4. And what is the molecular weight? Is 12. Fine. And what is the total molecular weight of this fuel? Okay, 4 into 12 plus 10. If you do that, you will get the answer. What is the percentage of carbon? Can you follow, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
So likewise you have to find that. I think you have done the similar kind of problem. I hope nobody. Now today we will see a very new type of problem. Now what happens if they ask this kind of example? CH4 plus O2 plus 3.76 of N2, which will give CO2 plus H2O plus 3.76 of N2. You remember I have said that if they have given air, this is the air, okay, instead of oxygen they are giving the value air. If they are giving air, so the outcome is going to be the some amount of carbon dioxide, water and nitrogen. Now whatever the equation they give, you have to balance the equation. Now quickly balance the equation.
2CH4
2
CH4
okay,
here 2O2 2H2O,
okay,
right side 2O2 2H2O.
is it balanced?
2CH4 2CO2 4 2O
I think here we don't need
4. Ma'am, here 3O2, ma'am.
where?
Here left side.
Okay, this is a left. This is going to be 3.
Yeah, here 3O2, ma'am. 3O2.
This
And
one?
2CH4. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The 3O2 means 6, ma'am. Here 2 H2O. Here 2O2, 6O2.
4.
2 to the 4,
Fine.
6. Okay, ma'am. Here 2, ma'am. 2 to the 4, H4. Yes, ma'am. Correct, ma'am. Here 2O2.
Here also we
2CO2,
need.
ma'am.
Here also
No,
we need to
ma'am,
put
no, ma'am.
3 because it is
No, ma'am, here
inside
is-
the bracket. It is inside the bracket.
Don't take bracket,
3.76.
ma'am. Ma'am, this part is alag mein different. Then don't take, ma'am, bracket, ma'am. This is air two part, ma'am. Have O2 alag part, different part, ma'am. Nitrogen different part, ma'am. Don't take multiply, ma'am.
No, no. This is together. Air means what? Just a second. Now, don't get confused one thing. Here I said they have just taken oxygen. Now, in case they are telling mixing CH4 with air, if they are mentioning the air specifically instead of oxygen, they are mentioning you air. So, you have to frame this equation O2 plus 3.76 N2.
Ma'am,
They are together.
if multiply or not multiply is no problem, ma'am, because here left side also have, right side also have nitrogen same amount, ma'am. 3.76 here or 3.76 here. It
No, no. First try to understand one thing clearly. Why I cannot leave them aloof? The combination of this is a air. Okay? Combination of this is a air.
yes, ma'am.
Okay? So even you put it over here, nothing going to harm. If you open the bracket, if you don't open the bracket, it's not going to harm. But again, I will now share one formula. If you open this bracket, it is going to affect in the while doing the calculation. You can do some error. To avoid that error, I am using this bracket. Okay, now I will come to that picture that why I am using the bracket. You have the point that we can leave.
2 CO2.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm?
Here, ma'am, right, ma'am, 2 CH4, ma'am. Left side 2 CH4.
There is no okay. We don't have to.
Only CO2, ma'am, not 2 CO2.
Okay, then see here we are having 2, 2, 4. So this is also going to change.
3.
We can keep this. Is it right?
No, ma'am, O2 molecule is, ma'am, 6.
How?
No, ma'am, no,
Before is correct, ma'am. Before is
This
correct,
is 4.
ma'am.
This is 4. Now it's 4. Here also we have 2, 2, 4. Fine? It's balanced now. Now it is completely balanced. Now in this case, okay, what actually we are finding? Now here also they will ask you to find air to fuel ratio. Now to find the air to fuel ratio, what we have done? We have seen what is the number of molecule and multiplied with the number of mole and we got the value. The same thing we are going to perform over here. Same thing. It's nothing but the number of mole into the molecular weight of air, and here also number of mole into molecular weight of fuel. Very simple. So what is the mole of air? Mole of air is 2. Here mole of fuel is 1. So you can also expect a question that what is the number of molecule of fuel? So or the number of molecules of air to make a complete combustion. So first you need to balance and from there you will get the answer. Now how you can find 2 and 1? Let's open the bracket. Now Let's find out this. What you gonna do? 2 into
60.
16
Total 60, ma'am.
plus, let's do it one by one. 3.76 into, what is the molecular weight of nitrogen? 14. Okay, 2 into 14. Then bottom we have CH4. So C is 12 into 1 plus 4 into 1. Okay. So find out what is the answer and tell me.
I think ma'am 5.3, ma'am.
Calculate it properly. Give the complete answer. Air to fuel ratio.
Yes, ma'am. 5.3, ma'am.
Everybody is getting the same answer. 5.3. I think answer should be something different. Do it properly.
17.16.
Yes, 17.16. Now let me give a very twisted type question here. They have given the equation. Okay, they will now let's find out from this equation what is going to be your stoichiometric ratio. You remember what is a stoichiometric ratio? Sorry, we denote it by lambda. So air by fuel by actual by air by fuel by stoichio. This is a definition of a stoichiometric ratio. Now you have to find whether the stoichiometric ratio is rich or it's a lean mixture. So if it is lambda value is equal to 1, it's going to be perfectly ideal. If it is less than 1, it's going to be the rich. If it is less than 1, it's going to be lean. Now from this question you can able to find out stoichiometric ratio. Now as you simply made this simple balancing, okay, the outcome of this is the actual air to fuel ratio. That means the value 17.16 is your actual fuel to air ratio, that is this value. Now the question is, in the question they have not mentioned about the stoichiometric ratio. So how can you find out the stoichiometric ratio? Okay. Now here comes a kind of simple or general formula to find out the air to fuel ratio or the stoichiometric ratio. Now this is a general formula: CXHY plus AO2 plus 3.76 of N2, okay, equals to CO2 plus H2O of some amount of 2. Now to find out this stoichiometric ratio, this product is not that important, but how the balancing of the reactant, already I have explained what is a reactant and product. Now reactant combination play an very important role. Why? Because this only will give you or tell you the combustion is perfect or it's a complete or of an excess air. So we have one formula to find out that what is going to be the actual value of A. The A is 4 times of x plus y by 4. Okay, so once you know the balance of this, you can balance the remaining one. Okay, now this is the formula of A and this is a general equation. Now here in this particular problem, okay, let's fit this general equation with this. So what is the x value then? X is 1. What is y? Y is 4. So now can you find what is the A value? 4 plus again 4 by 4. So 8 by 4 you become 2. Can you follow that? Am I doing this calculation correctly? Any doubt?
Yes,
Now 4 by 4 2. Now if I have to make this CH4 plus 2 whatever it is now satisfying or balancing with the actual one. So for me of actual is same as A by F of stoichiometric. So now you tell me what will be my lambda value? What will be is going to be 1. That means this particular value is completely perfect. Okay, completely perfect. These are general format, but most of the cases they will be giving you. Now let's take an example, another example. Same equation. Let's take an same example, same equation, and they have given fuel to air stoichiometric as 0.0291. They have given you this value, and previously you got air to fuel ratio of actual, you got around 17.16, something like 17.16. Now can you find the stoichiometric ratio? Actual by fuel, sorry, fuel air by fuel, actual, air by fuel, stoichiometric. Now here they have given fuel to air stoichiometric. So what is going to be air to fuel stoichiometric? Can you write 1 by 0.0291? Can you write it? And whatever the value, substitute over here, this value put it over here and this value put it over here, and tell me, are you getting the same answer? What will happen with this scenario?
Is this answer 589?
589.
89?
589 you are getting. All are getting the same answer? 0.589 or
Ma'am, I am getting 0.49.
0.49, right? That means lambda value is less than 1 or greater than 1 or equal to 1. Is less than 1. So
less than 1 restriction.
So which are rich? What is meant by rich? What is meant by rich? We said excess air or incomplete combustion.
Excess of fuel, ma'am.
Excess of fuel.
Fuel.
So whether we can do the combustion with excess of fuel, is it possible? No, right? And if there is excess of air, it is going
Yes,
to
ma'am,
be an
I get it.
incomplete. Okay. So sometimes they will give you some statement and they will ask you to identify whether the scenario is excess of fuel or it's a rich mixture. They will not say you, or they will directly will not mention you. So using or they might also give you your equivalence ratio. Okay. So the what is the equivalence ratio? That is, if lambda is less than 1, the equivalence is going to be greater than 1, but the statement is going to be the same. So you have to be very careful what they are asking to you. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now, in addition, there are a few topics like there are of different kind of combustion chambers, can type, annular type, and cannon annular type. So so those are the very theoretical part. So what I will suggest is just go through the notes. Everything is there in the notes, so just go through about it. Okay. The application part is also mentioned over there. So there is not much widely asked, but the problems that we have done, definitely they are going to ask the question from there. Okay. Now one more question they can also ask, that from here pick the right component of a gas turbine where we have a constant pressure. Where we have a constant pressure. Anyone?
Ma'am, in combustion chamber.
Absolutely. The answer is going to be your combustion chamber. Okay. Now few things also can be asked. Let me discuss some more formula. Okay. How you can find air excess or excess of air, how you can find. So there is a simple formula, actual air to fuel ratio minus stoichiometric air to fuel ratio by stoichiometric. So if you do this, you will get the percentage of excess air. Now you can implement this for this particular problem. Here, when we are solving, both the actual and stoichiometric are same. So is there any excess air? Is there any excess air? Previous problem we got air to fuel ratio as
No, ma'am.
17.16, something like that. Is there any excess air? So in the same kind of problem they can shoot this kind of question, find out the excess air. So they will give you some couple of options. So obviously both, it is if the lambda value is 1, so obviously it's not going to be your excess air. Now another way we can write this equation. Sometimes they will give you the stoichiometric ratio, and from that we can find the excess air. So from this itself we can write actual by stoichiometric minus 1 into percentage. So previously what was the lambda value? 0.49. Okay, 0.49. So why it is coming negative here? Because previously it is not for excess air, it is a excess fuel. In case for an example, you are getting the lambda value as 2.003. Your lambda value is 2.003. What will be the percentage of excess air? 2.003 minus 1 into so and so, you will get the percentage. Okay, so this is a general formula to find the few things. So
To find the excess air, we can also calculate using this formula, no ma'am. Lambda is equal to actual by fuel.
the
Sorry, air by
stoichiometry.
fuel,
Ah.
actual by air by fuel stoichiometric, and
Yes,
if
yes,
it is greater than 1, then we can say it is a lean mixture.
Absolutely. Absolutely, that is what I said, because the previous problem it was less than 1 and it was an excess of fuel. That's why the value is coming negative, and there is no actually excess here. There is having excess of fuel actually here, right? So you have to be always alert. Okay, how they first you have to understand the motto of their examiner. Their main motto is to make you confused, and the simple thing they will ask you in a twisted way. So you be clear with this idea and the concept, and accordingly you have to use the presence of your mind to get the answer. Fine. So